Hey, Parker Woods art friends, it's Miss Tess. I'm coming to you from the art room where I will be interacting with you this first quarter for art. We structured specials a little differently this year so that you have a little bit less to worry about as you're trying to juggle school from home. But this will continue throughout the school year. So if we end up coming back, you will still only focus on one special per quarter. And your first special is going to be art. So a few things will be different about that. One is that every day that you are in school, you will have some art responsibilities. On Monday and Tuesday, those will be lesson days. You'll be learning about an artist or an art movement or an art skill, and we will be putting those into practice. And then we'll be learning about the project that we're going to do to continue to practice that skill. Then you'll have a couple days worth of independent work time where you'll be putting that into practice. You'll be coming up with and creating your art project. So from this span of Monday through Friday, every Friday at the end of the day, you should be able to upload your art project. It should be finished, uploaded by 3:45 on Friday to give me some time to give you some feedback. So it's very similar to how we would work in the art room, where you would see me, the first time you'd have the lesson, and then the next week you'd come back and we would review and we would practice our skill. And then for the next couple art classes, we would work on our project to completion. So that's just all going to be condensed now each week. So that means by the time we get to the end of first quarter, we should have about 7 or 8 art projects that we've completed. And that will be your grade for the whole year. You'll only get a first quarter grade from me, midterm and final. In order for me to give you a grade, we're going to need to be able to see the artwork. So we're going to continue to use Artsonia. That was our online portfolio hosting website we started last year. I think we only had about a third of our students who completed all the sign-up forms that were sent back. So in your art packet that you picked up for supplies should be your login information. If you don't see it there, please email me and I can help get you signed up. You'll also have a way to kind of sign yourself up as you upload your first piece of artwork. So we'll make sure that we can get that done. Artsonia is great because you'll be able to send in your artwork. I'm going to ask, there's a couple times when they're going to ask you if you want to edit your picture or change the color. I want you to ignore those couple of screens, but you can crop it. If you end up photographing it and you have some extra space around it, you can crop it down if you want to, or you can leave that be. I'm happy to help crop it for you once you submit it. You might be able to type me a few things about your artwork. Sometimes I'll have a question for you to answer to send me some information. Our first full assignment is going to be related to your name. So I'm going to have something for you to answer that you'll type in there as you send in your work. You can also have a spot where you might decide to give your artwork a title. So that's all going to happen through Artsonia, and I will be able to type you back some feedback and let you know maybe if you missed something that you were supposed to include, I can give you a second chance to go back and add that piece to make sure that we're all successful in all of our art projects. To help you create your art, you picked up an art supply packet that I put together for you. That has the supplies and paper, everything that you need for the whole quarter. So do not take it home and start coloring right away on all the things that you just got. These are things that you're going to need to bring to class. So bring to our Google Meets and be ready to learn with. And I'll let you know ahead of time which supplies you need to bring with you. So do not use the materials unless you're directed. Save them for your art class. Once first quarter is over, if you have any supplies left, you're welcome to use them however you'd like to continue to make art at home, or if you have plenty of supplies and you'd like to donate your extras back to the art room, you'll have that opportunity as well. In order to get credit for attendance, that's just going to be determined through completion of your artwork. You'll have the option to attend live lessons on Monday and Tuesday, but I'll also have recorded videos like this one you're watching here that you were able to click in through Schoology. It also means if you were part of a live lesson on Monday and say your internet cut out or it was really loud at your house and you missed something I said, there'll be a video for you to go back and to be able to watch it again. There'll probably be a few videos that you might watch over and over again as I've taught you a skill. As you practice, you might want to revisit that video a couple times as you're learning a new art skill. So I'm not as worried about you being part of the Google Meets, but I am concerned that you're completing all of your art assignments by the end of the day on Friday. If something came up and you know your assignment is going to be late, please email me and give me a heads up. We'll obviously all be giving ourselves a little bit of grace as we're learning to do this remote live lessons and sending in our art projects. So I'm going to give you some space and time, but I do expect that after the first few weeks that we are consistently turning in work on time on Friday so that I'm able to give you your feedback and we don't get too far behind in the quarter. Your grades will go through PowerSchool. You should also be able to see them reflected in Schoology, and we'll learn together how to utilize both of those things and how to visit your work. But most of the feedback that you're going to get from me is going to be in Artsonia, and you'll have a good idea from the feedback that I give exactly what your grade is going to be. We'll talk more about that in the first few weeks, especially as you start to get your first few assignments. To communicate with me, email is going to be your best way to do that. I'm going to have consistent spaces in my schedule to make sure I'm checking my email and responding. Keep in mind that I'm going to be teaching, usually I teach the whole school, and that would be 600 students. We've switched this, so now I have fewer students to teach first quarter, but more often, but that still means I have 150 students. So if you send an email, please give me a little bit of time to get to it, but if you haven't heard from me after a day, give me 24 hours, and if you haven't heard, please reach out again. My email address is warnert@cpsboe.k12.oh.us, and you'll find that written all over all of my information. There's also a way for you to just message me in Schoology, and I'll get those as well, and I'll be checking those consistently. I will have office hours 6 times a week. That's where I will just be logged into a Google Meet. I might be sitting here doing a little bit of drawing or lesson prep myself, but I'll be available for you just to log in and be able to ask questions of me. Maybe you need some help or clarification on an assignment, or maybe you just are sitting and coloring and you'd like somebody to sit and color with. So you're welcome to log in. These office hour times will be available to any student that I'm teaching during the quarter. So if you are worried that there would be too many people on there and you need more specific help, I will also have some time in my schedule to schedule a little one-on-one assistance if you're really struggling and you think that just a question in a Google Meet is not going to suffice. I want to be available to support you and to help you and for us all to feel successful and have fun making art. So email me and reach out. You're welcome to try the phone, but I'm going to be recording a lot of videos and doing lots of times where I'm in Google Meet, so I'm not going to be as available by the phone, but give me 24 hours via an email or Schoology message, and you should hear back from me. Let's talk last thing about materials. I want to stress this a little bit more, not to use your materials until we're ready for our art class. That means you need to do a good job of maintaining them. There are no extras in the art room. They sent me just enough for the students that I'm teaching. So that means I will not have an extra pair of scissors if you break or lose yours, or if you leave the caps off your markers and they dry out, I don't have extra markers. I also don't have extra paper. I think I included an extra piece or two in case something happens. We'll kind of see all of the projects that we end up actually getting to this quarter. So please don't work ahead. Don't decide to use some of the paper for a project because everything in there I think you will end up utilizing for our project. So that's very important. It's also important that you find a good, safe spot for it where you remember so that you're ready to go when it's time to get into art class. You need to probably keep it away from pets who might tear up and mess with it. You might want to keep it away from younger siblings who might also do the same, might think that your markers and crayons look like fun. So please keep them somewhere safe and set aside for art. Again, no extras. Now, if something does happen to yours, you are welcome to reach out and I can give you some guidance on where to find some new ones. But I'm really sorry. I have to stress again, there are no extras this year. So that's what I've got for you. I'm just double checking my list. In your packet, you should have received a handful of handouts to get us started. There may be some extras sent home through the year, but everything in there should be what you need. You should have an Art Sonia slip of paper to help get you logged in. You have this letter from me. This is also in a PDF on your Schoology page, and this contains a lot of the information I just went over, but in even more detail. I can sometimes be a little bit wordy, so hang with me, but I think it's really clear. But you have one assignment to get you started, and that will require this handout here. Okay, I have little bubbles, and in each one, I have a prompt for you, and I want to get to know you a little bit better. So you're going to write your name across the top here, and then in each one, you're going to draw me something, because it's art class, something that meets the prompt, something that's going to tell me a little bit more about you. And if you want to also write the words too, to make sure I know exactly what you're drawing, you're welcome to add words, but I do expect a picture in each one because it's art class. So we are going to start our drawing. So yeah, you can add your words too to explain a little bit more if you want. So let's go over the prompts together so you know and I know that we're ready to go. First, what is something that you are proud of? Maybe there's something you did this summer or this spring that you're really proud of that you'd like to tell me about. I want to know about it here. This is my favorite food. This is my happy place. My happy place is on the beach. And I went there for a little bit this summer, and I miss it so much. It's my happy place. I'm going to finish this too. We're going to share these, so you'll learn more about me too this way. What's your favorite way to spend your time? If you get to choose anything that you get to do, I want to know what you like to do. I like these sports and games. When I grow up, I want to be. Then we go to our next page. This summer, what's one thing that you did this summer? When is your birthday and how old are you belongs in this box. Or I guess in this cupcake. These are my pets, or if you don't have any pets, these are the pets that I want. My favorite book is, and these are the people in my family. I want to know who are the people that you see on a regular basis who you live in your home with. I want to know who they are. So those are the prompts that I'd like you to work on. You can get your supplies out to do this. And then this is something you're going to take apart and you're going to submit. You can take a picture. You can send me just one, or you can send me both pages if you want, and you'll find yourself on Art Sonia, and you'll click and you'll submit it, and I will see it that way. I have also added a video from Art Sonia that will walk you through how to add that. You will probably, some of you have to take a picture holding it up to your screen with your laptop this way, right? Or you'll use your iPad. If you have smartphones, parents and families, there is an Art Sonia app on your smartphone that I think would make it even easier for you to quickly upload that for your student. If you're having any problem with Art Sonia, I'm happy to assist you as well. And we'll be available during those office hour times to help with that. Or feel free to send me an email and I can give you a call and help walk you through that. This is orientation week. You will see me at supply pickup when you come. And some of you will see me pop in and out of some of your orientations with your classroom teachers. But again, I am available. I'm ready to help you now. So if you're having any problems getting started, please reach out and let me help connect you. So I'm really excited. I think we're going to have an awesome first quarter. I'm sad that we can't be together, but I think it's great that we're going to choose to do things safely and we're still going to have fun doing art from home. Can't wait to see your faces on our first Google Meets, and hopefully I'll see some of your faces driving through the car circle to pick up your art supplies this week as well. Best to all of you. See you soon. One last note about your supply bags. They are currently incomplete. Everyone is missing something. 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, the only thing you're missing is a paintbrush, to use with your watercolor pencils when we get into that later this quarter. I will be in touch when that comes in to figure out whether or not you do need to come pick that up, or if you have a similar brush at home that you can use, and you can leave that here in the art room. So I'll let you know once that happens. My kindergarten friends, I understand your teachers are going to have Friday folders. So when your additional supplies come in, I believe I still have oil pastels and markers coming for you. When those come, I will work with your teachers to get those supplies out with your folders for those Friday handoffs. I will also, kindergartners expect some additional art materials to come through in terms of handouts that we'll utilize towards the end of the quarter. I just got you started with a few. First, second, and third grade families, I'll be in touch with your teachers as well. I'm not sure if they'll be sending home additional materials or other pickups, but again, you'll have oil pastels and markers and maybe an additional item that we'll need to get to you somehow. So I will be flexible and help in the best situation to work with you to make sure we can get you those additional supplies. And I apologize that those did not arrive in time to get them out to you this week. So again, take good care of those supplies. There's not extras in the art room. And I will be in communication about getting the rest to you as soon as